mother, and I'm about to do a quick sound check right now. Your boy DJ Matchmaker is gonna EQ the sound check by ear, and we're gonna give him all the sauce on the dating game, bruv. I think you and me is probably the most serious force in the dating game by far, my boy.
Let's get it. We are out here bringing it to you fucking live. Talk about Instagram and how that will change your fucking dating life. Let's get it.
Sounds good. I'm happy. Big facts, man.
We good.
We good. We are good, and we are live. We are live.
We're live right now? We're live. Let's go. We are fucking live. 5-star live stream, back at it on a fucking Sunday, bringing it to you raw and uncut like we always do. Let's fucking get it.
Big man things, bruh. Big man things. Big facts. Let me just go ahead and introduce us real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, unlike any other man, we got the actual high demand lifestyle coach out here, my dog Tez. When it comes to cold approaching, when it comes to dating girls, talking to girls, evaluating the situation, knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing how to be in the winning position in the relationship at all times. We got brother Tez in the building. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, introducing is your boy DJ Matchmaker, a.k.a. the audio technician, a.k.a. the musical magician, but we don't do magic out here. Shout out to God, you know what I'm saying? Your boy is dressed in the full force gear of DJ Matchmaker for hardcore raves today. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that's into the music scene. Christ is King, baby. And today, if you have read the topic that we are reading, you already know what you're coming here for, right? You are about to learn some things that you might not have understood or recognized in the dating game. But we're actually going to teach you something that's very, very important today, guys. When I say very important, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for you to be on top of your dating profile game in the world that is digital. You need to have your profiles on point.
1000%. Yes. High demand test. Follow me on all platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We out here. So yeah, that's what we're gonna get into is fucking how to have a better dating life on you by using your Instagram profile. So that's what it comes down to. Like we were talking about earlier. Instagram trumps real life. So if you don't have a good social media presence, then a lot of times you're gonna have a bad dating life. So it comes down to just having a good Instagram, and that's what we're gonna get into. Because really, it's like you can message 1,000 girls on Instagram in 5 minutes, and it's gonna take it'll take what, a week to do that, a month to fucking approach 1,000 girls in person, and that's so time consuming, especially if you're trying to get your money right as well. So you're trying to get your money right, and then after cold approach girls all day, you can do it. I believe that's the start. Like, you got to start off cold approaching. That way you like get your mannerisms down. You know how to actually talk to women. But eventually, you're going to want to transition over to Instagram. And that's what I'm doing now. My Instagram is not perfect. I'm in that transition where I'm getting that. It's like Instagram is where it's at. Like, I'm not going to sit here and work all day and then also have enough energy to fucking go cold approach these hoes. It's like, no, you can do all that shit from home. And the only way to get a good return on messaging these girls on Instagram is by having a fire-ass Instagram. So that's what we're going to get into.
Yo, and you know what, man? That actually reminds me of a couple situations I'm going to lay out here, you know? Shout out to Bold Boy, bro, because you talk a whole lot about the importance of having a leveled up Instagram game. That's one of the members of our 5-star brotherhood, man. So shout out to you. You already know what time it is. But Tez, let me explain to you the problem that I'm actually seeing in real life. And I can understand it in some relatability, but like this is literally the problem that I'm seeing in the dating game with the guys, right? Bros don't understand the importance of Instagram when dating. They don't see, and trust me, I understand it. Like as a businessman in real life, I operate by the principles of the real world. What I really see in front of me, what I can really measure in value, how I can actually be valuable to another person. I'm always, wary of who I need to be in my survival mode of, or who I can be like more myself around. And these are the things that I, as a normal dude, am accustomed to. You know, if you go back just, 10, 20, 30 years, human beings in general were just hardwired to live a normal human existence. But with the advent of Instagram, things have changed in the dating game, and I'm seeing it, Tez. I'm really now. This is why I'm bringing it up, because I'm back to these same principles. I'm really seeing a real change, really for real, in real life, about how people, women, perceive Instagram. Like Tez was just saying, even though it's very easy for y'all guys to not take Instagram seriously, it is how women perceive the world, and they would rather perceive a fake reality than a real reality. Let me tell you, I'm actually in the gym one time, right? And I see this girl that I know from a podcast that I went on with her. Shout out to the F&F. So I literally talked to this girl in the gym, and I see her, and I'm talking to her, right? And like at first, here's an importance of Instagram. I saw her, and I recognized her, but I was like, is that her? Because I hadn't seen her for a while, right? Blonde chick. She had like a tattoo on her arm. I was like, man, if that's who I think it is, I'm going to just go text her, like check out her Instagram real quick just to make sure that that's her before I go say hi, right? Because I didn't want to go say hi to someone I don't know. So I went and I checked her Instagram real quick. I was like, oh, shit, she does have that tattoo. All right, great. So I went up and I talked to her and I recapped, like, yo, I hadn't seen you for a while. We hadn't seen each other since we've been on this show. We were going to link up. We were going to do this. And when I'm talking to her and I'm showing her what I've got going on and I'm showing her people I want her to be introduced to, I show her these people's Instagrams. And my bruh, when I tell you I can watch her eyes look at my phone looking at the Instagram, you can almost see them like visually downloading the information into their brain in a way where it's like she's either going to validate whether or not she would ever interact with this kind of person or completely not interact with this kind of person, right? So you're seeing in real time these girls are vetting or selecting their whole experiences through Instagram, and it is a completely different reality that they live by. But Tez, here's the problem. I literally know dudes that have like a shitty profile picture, never use Instagram, only have downloaded the Instagram app and use it for consuming content. They don't post any pictures. Their follower accounts are backwards. And even if they have a somewhat decent, let's say, 2,000 followers and 100 friends that they're following, sometimes they don't understand even the politics of Instagram or the interaction or how you're supposed to engage in Instagram to successfully convert a date. And that's like stuff that we got to go over, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to put you boys on game and explain the importance of you making a bang them up out of this world best fucking Instagram profile for dating of all time. And listen, when it comes to the actual, like, level one is understanding that you need that Instagram account to be flawless. You need that in the dating game. But level two, you got to hear what Tez has to say about how to interact with the politics of Instagram and how to like engage with it and how to like get the girl to respond back to you. But also, there is ways to respond to stories. There is ways that you guys should like and should not like girls' pictures. And if they're watching 5-Star, if they listened a couple episodes ago, your boy has told you the biggest thing that I want you gentlemen to do is to completely starve these girls of attention. I never want to see you like a photo under any circumstance in the beginning of all situations.
1,000%, especially if you're not fucking her. And that's exactly what I'm gonna get into is how did we even get to this point? Because 10, 15 years ago, this wasn't a thing. No one gave a fuck about who you were on social media. No one cared because it didn't exist or it was just getting popular. So in fucking 2010, no one gave a fuck about your Instagram. If you cold approached a girl in 2010, the chances of you closing her or even just going on a date on her was so much more higher than it is now. Because back then your attention meant so much more because girls had to go out and get attention in person. So now they get it all day on Instagram. So now your attention as a man is worth so much more less than it was before. So now she has to see your value, what you are worth on Instagram. She needs to see what I would say is Instagram is your resume to the world, especially to just the dating marketplace. So now she needs to assess your value through your Instagram profile, and then that determines how much your attention actually means. Because before, your attention meant something In the 2010s, your attention meant something, or the early 2000s, your attention meant so much more because she never got it. Like, she couldn't get attention while she was at home on her bed. Like, guys weren't liking her pictures, commenting her, simping over her. She had to go outside and get attention at the club or at the mall from guys who would actually approach. And we all know guys are bitches. Half of them probably didn't even approach. So it's like the attention was so much more scarce because she never really got it. She had to go outside and get it. Now girls are at home all day, having guys liking hundreds of just getting hundreds of likes every day on their profile pictures, getting DMs, stories getting liked. So now they're accustomed to just the attention, the free attention from guys. So now it's like, for your attention to actually be worth something as a guy, you have to be something as a man. You have to have shown your value in some way. So now she goes to your profile and she's like, is this attention worth something? Let me look at his pics. Let me look at his pictures. Let me look at his lifestyle. What car does he drive? Or maybe not even your car. Does he travel? Does he have different locations? Is he hanging out with cool people? Is he getting nice ass 5-star dinners? And then once she sees that, and then your attention matters. But if you're some guy with fucking 5 pictures, no following, and no one really follows you, and then you start liking her pictures and DMing her, she's like, his status is low. His attention doesn't mean anything now. So if you're that guy, which most guys fall into that frame or that just that category, then your attention doesn't mean anything. Versus a guy who has 20, 50K followers, showing a cool lifestyle, traveling, has his friends on his profile. He has a low follower count, or he has a low following count. He follows a little bit of people, not a lot of people, but he has a high following. Then his attention is worth so much more. Because it's like he's demonstrated his value to her. And it sounds so fucking like, have you really gotten to that point? Like, you have to have the low following, or you have to follow a little bit of people and have a high following count? Yes. If you're a guy who is following 2,000 fucking people and you have 100 followers, in her eyes, you are a fucking loser. Your value is low.
Yo, literally, my dog is spitting mad facts. Because today, Instagram and social media in general, the measurement of how well you are performing on the internet is the measurement of success that all people are operating by. If your social media is performing well, then that must mean that the person behind the social media account is performing well. Therefore, she's going to want to value your attention. She's going to want to be around you. Now, here's the thing. The way Tez is explaining this, I hope you guys understand. Leverage is not in your favor. Off rip by default. Because of Instagram, women are hierarchical on the top of the dating game when it comes to Instagram, if you don't play the game right. Now, I'm really trying to put you all on game, because I believe even with a low following, you can build yourself up to a high following. Even I myself right now, if you go to Life of Chris live stream Instagram, that's the Instagram that I'm using. Some of you guys know what happened, man. My old accounts got obliterated off the internet, but your boy is out here with no excuses, doing all the same behaviors. It's going to lead to a very prosperous account all over again, right? And that's really what we want you to have. We want you to have the behaviors of dressing up nice, always advertising yourself, always finding strategies to be a consistent poster, or have a profile that just displays a high luxurious lifestyle that is receptive to what women want. Let me put it like this, right? Dan Bilzerian said that when he was setting up his house at the Ignite Mansion for women, what he would do is just be like, really, life is a game of setup. If you want to have a lot of women, you should have things there that women want. So in his mansion, what he would do is he would bring hair salon, hair drawing things, and he would do like the nails and stuff. Like the girls would have all the manicure beds, and he would just hire manicurists so the girls could spend their time doing what girls want to do, get pretty. So the girls are coming over there, hanging out, getting pretty, so they feel at the top of their game. They feel beautiful, and when they feel beautiful, they are more happy and more likely to be responsive to you, and then you have a great time, right? Now, in the world of Instagram dating, you are starting off at a deficit as a guy in general, because you have to understand attention in and of itself. If I'm talking to a normal dude, a normal guy does not give a fuck about attention. His brain doesn't process attention. He doesn't see attention. He doesn't understand attention. And the word attention might come off fucking weird to you because you don't understand the female experience. Now we are always, competitive or fighting or like going to a top spot in a hierarchy of something, your job, your business, your football team, your coach. Maybe even if you're a gamer that doesn't even date girls, you understand that you want to be at the top of a ranking board, right? Like this is the mentality by which guys are doing shit. Now girls are doing the exact same thing, but with their eyeballs to how pretty the other girl is. All women do is live by their response factor is beauty. They only care about how beautiful each other is. When you watch girls on panels on these kind of shows, you'll see if you ask a girl to tell another girl that she's not pretty in some area, like where could she improve herself? Where could she do better? The girl will not condemn another girl's beauty because girls know deep down in their biology that beauty is all they have on their side in order to be chosen by a man, chosen for a man's relationship, chosen for a man's last name, chosen for a man's attention to her. You see, attention is the currency by which a woman lives by. And if you give it out for free, you're squandering that shit for women that don't deserve it on the internet. And if you're doing that, you're putting yourself at a deficit for what? Because the second that you start giving her attention, in her mind, by default, on Instagram, she knows that she can command your attention. So that lowers your ability to then command the value of that attention by some other guy that's not even giving her any attention. So she wants his attention even more than you giving your attention out for free, which is not something that you want to do unless you are getting compliance from the woman. And Tez is going to teach you how to get that right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. Attention is everything. Like, that is a woman's currency. And look at it like this. Imagine you got a girl, right? And she comes, you just met her, right? First date. She just comes over to your house, fucks you. You don't take her on a date. You don't spend any money. And she does that. You're able to fuck her all 30 days in a row. 20 days out of the month, you fuck her. 20, 30 days out of the month, you fuck her. She just comes to your house and you just fuck her. Every time. You don't take her on a date. You don't never spend any money on her. And you do that. And now you're like, after a while, she's starting to tell you, like, take me on a date with you. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, you've been getting what you want, which is sex, without having to do anything else. So it's like, you're like, I'm not finna just start spending money. And you're like, I've been getting what, it doesn't make any sense. You already gave me what I want. So now I'm not gonna get more in debt or fucking spend my resources on you because you've gave me what I want. So it's like, what the fuck? Why would I do that? So now let's switch that around. Guys are giving out all their attention, giving out their resources, giving out their attention to women when all they really want is tension because they don't hold sex as high as we do. When it comes to just interacting with the opposite gender. So their attention means so much more than it does to us. So guys are giving out all their attention and getting nothing in return. So they're like, I'm getting all that I want, which is this attention. So you're giving me all your attention and I don't have to give you nothing in return. So it's like, why would I fuck you? A girl's thinking like, why would I fuck you? If I really just want attention, I don't really care about sex as much. Yeah, she cares about it, but not as much as you want it. I really care about attention. That's what makes me feel good. If I'm feeling insecure and down on myself, if I get a couple likes or a couple guys DM me, then I feel better about myself. So you're that guy who's giving away all his attention and getting nothing in return. And then you're wondering, like, why is she not fucking me? Like, what's going on here? It's because you're giving her what she wants. And she doesn't have to give up her main commodity, which is her sexuality, her beauty, which she knows that's what we want. But what she wants is just attention. So it's the same shit when you put the shoe on the other foot is if a girl's giving you sex and she's not requiring you to take her on a date, not requiring you to court her in any kind of way, you're looking at her like, I've already been getting what I want with the sex. So you've been giving me all this sex up front without me having to spend my money, use my resources on you. And then all of a sudden you just want me to start taking you out when you're already giving me sex. You're going to be like, or I'm at least going to be like, what the fuck? Like, no, I'm not just going to start. Like, you're going to feel like you're at a deficit now because you're like, I'm backpedaling. I've been getting what I want. So it's the same shit the other way around. You're giving out all your attention without giving, because your main commodity as a man is your resources. Her main commodity as a woman, as a lady, is her sexuality, her beauty. So you're giving out your main commodity, which is your resources, for nothing, your attention for nothing. and she's not giving you her beauty, her sexuality in return. So now you're at an unfair or unequal value exchange, which automatically just makes you a fucking simp. So, and then you're still expecting her to fuck you, which it doesn't make sense in her eyes because she's getting what she wants for nothing. So you got to keep that at the top of your mind in consideration when you're dealing with the women. Because a lot of guys they're like, I text her good morning every day. I'm texting her good night. I talk to her all day, every day. And it's been a month. I met her a month ago and I still haven't fucked her. Yeah, because she's fucking winning the game. She's playing it the smart way. You're giving her what she's want without her having to give up her main commodity. And she gets to preserve herself, which is, if we're playing a game, that's why we call it game. You have no game, you have game. She's winning the game between you. And most girls, Myron says is most girls are fucking running laps around guys. It's true. So they're winning. And there's a guy out there like, not all girls are like that. Yeah, there's that 1 or 2 out of fucking 10 girls who don't care about your social media following, who doesn't care about any of that shit. But 8 to 9 out of 10 girls, they want you to have a social media presence. There are girls that I ran into, if you don't have an Instagram, they think you're a fucking weirdo creeper. You're like, guys think they're like cool being incognito and mysterious by not having a fucking Instagram or like off grid and shit. They think that, no. And you want to get laid in a girl's eye, she's like, weirdo, like this guy's a fucking creeper, probably kidnapper, just weirdo. Why the fuck does he not have an Instagram? I know it's hard for guys to understand that, but that's how they think. Like I said, Instagram is your resume to the fucking world. Imagine showing up to a fucking job with no resume and be like, yeah, you sound good, you talk good, but why the fuck would we hire you? Who the fuck are you? Let alone, that's no resume, no Instagram. Imagine if you just have a terrible resume. Of course you're not getting the fucking job. So that's a lot of guys. They have fucking weirdo creeper selfie pictures in the mirror and shit on Instagram. And then they DM girls and they wonder why they're not getting any type of fucking response because your resume fucking sucks. So it's time to take this shit serious. And that goes for me too, because if it was up to me, I'd say fuck Instagram. Like, that's just not real. This fucking internet shit isn't real. But no, you adapt or die. You got to adapt to the world. The world's not going to adapt to you. So that's what it comes down to. So either you fucking adapt and get what you want, or you complain, or you don't adapt and you complain and you just be stuck where you are the rest of your life, where you are right now.
100%, bro. Because, like, here's what me and him are doing. We're going to lay this out for you. There's a lot of moving parts and a lot of mechanics to the Instagram dating field. And I'm going to kind of lay it out for you right now, right? So now you understand attention is the driving force and the hardwiring for a woman. In her biology, the reason you see her taking those selfie photos of her butt in the mirror, the reason she's taking photos in her mirror, the reason she's taking photos of her beautiful haircut is because she wants attention. And she wants attention in the same way that you don't want to pay for a hooker and then take a hooker seriously, right? Because everyone's already fucked her. You do not then want to give this girl relationship attention because she's cheap. But if you give out your attention to the girl with not making her earn it whatsoever, then you are cheap. And if you're cheap, why the fuck is she going to give any time and energy to you when she can get attention that's much harder to get from a guy who's much more scarce to be around? And scarcity can be attributed to the value of very simple things, like a follower count, right? A celebrity follower count. Let's say they have 14 million on Instagram. He's a celebrity, right? So he's got a following. 14 million is enough people to be an entire country, right? So his posts are important. High definition, luxury. People are always engaging with the content. This is the measurement of success. And like he just said, adapt or die. This is the kind of attention that girls like in the digital playing field. Now, let's go back to some hardwiring, right? Like in the 1950s, 1960s, when marriage was more of a common thing, if a girl was going to meet a man, she was all excited about it. She'd go talk about it with her friends. They would all get all giddy and be like, what does he do? Oh, he's a firefighter. He's a mechanic. He's a lawyer. He's a doctor. And they would be excited to take his last name because the attention of the time was a man who was higher in the economy and contributing to the world and solving massive problems. Today, the exact equivalent that these girls want is they want to follow your ass on Instagram and they want to show their friends or talk about it. Because, like, this is another side of girls that you might not know, but they're always fucking talking about you all the time. If you give them any attention, they're like, if you're somewhat relevant to them and you're relevant to their circle, they're always fucking talking to you about you, and they're always going to form that hive mind and talk about guys with their friends. So if you're nobody, you'll never be talked about. If you're somebody to them, you're going to be talked about, and you're going to be talked about in their circle. And the one thing that a girl wants to do is make all of her other girlfriends jealous about the attention that she's receiving from a guy who's hard to obtain. So let's say that you built up your Instagram. You took a lot of photos. You put your Instagram on a schedule. You were posting to that motherfucker. You posting in this bitch. You getting likes. You getting comments. You are on top of your Instagram game. She will see that as a sign of success and say, I need his attention, but you have to make her earn that. And ways to make her earn that is going to be like, well, I'll give you one of the many methods that I use, right? For example, if you meet a girl in real life and then you get her to follow you, then you get to display a high luxury lifestyle. And this is where a saying that's important from, this space is known for saying this kind of thing. Discovery, if a girl can discover who you are, it trumps disclosing who you are. You see, when the girl is talking to you in real life, she doesn't know you. She doesn't know anything about you. She doesn't know where you're from. She doesn't know your friends. She doesn't know your accomplishments. But your resume is going to display all that for you. So you don't need to say like, yo, I got, a Lambo. You don't need to peacocking, right? You don't need to be peacocking. You don't need, like, here, me and Tez, we have this beautiful show. We're at the top floor of this amazing place, right? But if it's not on Instagram, the girls never get to know. There are certain things that I put on my Instagram green bubble that you will never see unless you're in the green bubble, a part of the 5-star everything, right? And the way that I'm using this scarcity is to let the girl know that she cannot receive attention from me after she follows me unless she is starting to comply with me in real life. So that means if she is conversating with me more, then I am more likely to message her by responding to a story. But individually, 5-star gentleman here, very, very, very unlikely to like a photo, very, very unlikely to comment on a photo. For me though, I'll do it if it's funny. Like if like I have some like funny chicks that are on my IG, and every once in a while they'll do something like that's fucking hilarious, and I'm like, yo, that's the vibes, But other than that,
these hoes are funny, man. I'm talking shit.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you know who you is. You know who you are.
I'm talking shit.
But yeah, no, like in the dating game, if you're not getting compliance from the girl, her account is dead to you. You know what I'm saying? You feel me on that?
Yeah, if you're not getting compliance from her, then you're not getting what the fuck? You're not getting any. You're definitely not getting sex if she's not complying to anything you. If you're not fucking, if you can't get a response back from her, or she's not fucking calling you back or answering your call the first time you call her, or saying sorry, this is why I didn't call you back, or like if you're not getting any compliance from her, then the fuck are you getting from her? Like you're not getting anything. Like if you're just having meaningless conversations all day and you guys aren't talking about shit, that's just attention. She's winning that game. That's not compliance. If you're not getting compliance, then you got to get compliance from her. Like you got to, that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother discussion for another day. But you have to make sure you're getting compliance. Call her, set up dates. The quicker you want to, as soon as you talk to a woman, you want to immediately start putting her in a position where she has to comply to your. She doesn't have to comply. She has a choice whether she complies or not. If she decides to comply, you continue on with the relationship. If she doesn't, then you kick her to the curb, find another girl that will comply. But yeah, that's a topic for another show. And now imagine this, because I want guys to really understand this attention and what it means to women and how they view it. Imagine as a man, right? Imagine as a man, you're at home, there's an app, you turn on the app, and a fucking virtual lady pops up. You turn on the app, you create an account, and then there's a virtual lady that pops up. She literally pops, this is dream real, not real, but let's just go into this scenario for a second. An app you open up, it's a virtual lady. She pops out of the phone, right? And you just open the app for free. She pops out and she just starts sucking your dick. She starts sucking your dick. And this bitch, bro, she even lets you fuck. She sucks your dick, you fuck in this app. You open this app. Every night, bro, you're going on this app, nigga, just getting your dick sucked by this virtual lady. Do you think you're going to go outside and fucking go cold approach hoes and try to fuck girls? You're going to be at your house all day just getting your dick sucked by this fucking virtual lady. Now let's translate that into these girls. These girls are at home in their bed getting attention all day from guys, getting their pictures liked, getting cash apps through fucking getting cash apps, Venmos, getting messages all day. So you wonder why when you approach a girl, she acts like funny or weird, like you're a little piece of shit, that you're a scumbag of the earth, bottom of the barrel. It's because it means so fucking little to her because she's getting it all day. Like if you went outside and a girl was like wanted to suck your dick in and be like, yeah, but like you've been getting your dick sucked all day, every day by this virtual assistant. So it's just not going to mean as much if you go outside and a girl wants to suck. Like you're just like, okay. But if you've like haven't gotten your dick sucked in fucking weeks and months, and the girl, when you go outside, the girl's like, let me suck your dick. Like, let's fucking, like right now, let's fucking do it. Let's go. That's how it was for girls in the early 2000s. They had to go outside so your attention meant more. They were like, yeah, let's go on the date. Let's get it. Now your attention means nothing. They're like, whatever. Like, I get this all day, every day. So, like, it is what it is. So I want guys to really just understand that and know how to operate around women because it's so fucking different. Like, that's what guys really, I want guys to understand is, like, the way that we view things, the way that we look at it, it's like the complete opposite as women because a lot of guys think we're the same and shit. So we're really not. So the way, now let's talk about the solution. The solution to building up a dope-ass profile is show your fucking lifestyle. And like you said, Chris, what is it? Discovery triumphs disclosure, right? So her
discovery trumps disclosure, boy.
Her seeing this
yes,
rather than you just telling her is a lot better. Like if you just show the view that you have, it's like people assume, like let people come to their own conclusions about you or about your life. Like if you show the view, that's showing that you're high status. Like people who have views typically are higher earners. They make more money. They're on their shit. So show the view. Show fucking, you don't have to show a car. Maybe show like just the door or something of a car. Like don't let it all, leave a little bit mysterious. Be a little bit mysterious about it. Like show just a little bit. Like it's like if you go on a date with a girl, maybe show like her hand and like put her nails in there or something. Don't show like, have her think like, is he with another girl? Like what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just someone sitting there. Like now she's like, her brain is just going in all type of different directions. So that's how you want to be, but just like your lifestyle. Just show you in dope locations. It could be free, bro. Go to a fucking hotel, and in the hotel lobby, you don't have to pay anything, and go take some dope ass pictures, and fucking boom, you're automatically assume higher status. Like guys are taking pictures the way that they want to see girls. Like girls take pictures as selfies and shit. Guys are in the mirror taking selfies and just doing gay shit because that's what they want to see. Like girls do not want to see that, bro. That shit is gay to them. So if you do that, show a high status, follow less people than that follow you. So your following count has to be the people that you follow need to be lower than who follows you. You can't be following 1,000 people and you have 500 followers. Like that just means that you are so worried about other people's life that don't care about you. That's what that's saying, bro. LeBron James isn't following you. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Like he doesn't. So then why the fuck do you give a fuck about his life and what he's doing? So if you're following a whole bunch of people who don't follow you, that is, in her eyes, she's like, he's following people that don't care about him, that don't even know he exists. Like he's so not important that the people that he cares about, that he follows, don't even care about him. They don't care about what he has going on in life. That's when you follow a lot of people and your following count is less. That's what that's saying. So it's like, if he was actually somebody, then they would all follow him. So that means he's just really nobody.
Big facts, man. You know, Tez, another way to get a girl to comply when you're like direct messaging her, bro, I think it's going to be helpful if sometimes you come up behind them and load them up and be like, listen, like my photo. Like my photo, girl, right now. I need you to comply. Pull up on them, bruv. Pull up on their ass.
There we go. Just Just do that. Catch it. Just fuck it.
You gotta
Fuck it.
scare them.
Go to jail.
That's a complete joke, by the way. But let me explain to you why I'm bringing that like shock value, right? So get this, right? There's a lot of fucking weirdos out here, right? This is a real ass story. 2 nights ago, I'm out. Some of you that were on my Instagram, you saw I had 3 girls here earlier, right? And when I'm out with these girls, I'm meeting them and I'm talking to them and stuff, and I'm just doing my normal thing, right? Just talking to some chicks. And in the middle of the conversation that I'm having with these girls that are laughing with me, giggling, having a good time, good conversation, the homie comes out of nowhere. Some dude that nobody knows. He's dressed in like the same outfit a waiter would wear. So I thought he was part of the restaurant. Homie stands next to me and starts talking to these chicks. And the girls were a little bit confused, and I was completely like, what the fuck is this dumbass doing, right? So for a moment, I'm just kind of figuring out the situation, like, does he know those chicks or not? But what this guy did was fucking weird, because he came up out of nowhere, saw me with girls, and he was trying to get in on the action as well, is what happened. So in the middle of that conversation, the girls asked me, like, because I'm telling them about 5-star, I'm handing out business cards and shit, I'm telling them what's going on, and then the girls ask me if I know that guy. I'm like, no, I don't know him. Do you know him? And then when I figured that shit out, because I'm the guy there, I'm like, yo, you need to get out of here. But you see that guy saw me, a dude, talking to 3 other girls. He comes giving his unwanted attention to these fucking girls, and in real life translates to being a fucking weirdo. The story doesn't even end there. Then I'm talking to these girls, and I'm like, yeah, let's go get a drink at this place. And it wasn't even alcohol. The girl was like just wanting water because they were dehydrated, right? So like, yeah, let's just go over to this location and get some water, and then come back to 5-star, and we'll, talk about some things that we are going to do later. You might come on the show, have fun. And out of nowhere, a dude who was like kind of drunk, again, comes out of nowhere. He's giving his unwanted attention to the girls, and bruh, the girls are like water off a duck's back, bulletproof, bro. Like you can't phase them. They don't give 2 shits. They were enjoying their conversation with me. In fact, when I brought them back here, you in particular said that you noticed that a girl was giving me like a specific kind of energy that was definitely like of good rapport. So you see that like in this, the way that I had gave them attention commanded value. And that is what I want you gentlemen to be doing. Speaking to them as gentlemen, with your chest out, with your posture good, with your voice on point, making sure that you have something interesting to say because you're pulling them into your frame. But for the 2 fucking dudes in less than a 2-minute scenario that came out of nowhere, giving their unwanted attention, this is like an internet drive-by bullshit. This is the equivalent of dudes who came out of nowhere and liked a photo of me and the 3 girls together. But like, it just translates to your attention doesn't mean nothing because you, in and of yourself, weren't developed. You clearly don't know what's going on here. You don't know the optics. You don't know what you're doing. But it's very clear that biologically those 2 dudes wanted to have sex with some girls that night. It's very clear that that's what they were there to do. They were hitting on girls, but they were like performing like retards, bro. I don't even know how else to put it. Imagine like putting your legs on backwards and walking out the door and walking backwards when you're trying to walk forwards the entire time. Like that. This is how I don't even know if I can say that word. This is how backwards these dummies were, right? So because we're on Twitch. So I say all that to say, if you give attention at a deficit on Instagram, you will never yield the results of what I'm currently experiencing. Dude, with a brand new account that's not even 200 followers, I'm literally in conversations daily with people for 2 reasons. 1, in real life, your boy commands real value because I know real people, and real people really fuck with me in real life. You always want to be there. 2, I have the skills and the habits of someone that knows how to build an account and how to conversate with people and how to network with people, and I want you guys to have that too. Because the more you're able to command value, network with people, get them to be responsive to you, go on your show if you have a show, or go on a date with you if I ever planned out a date, then we're going to start to see you come up in society. We're going to see your value being commanded because not only are you valuable, but you're socially valuable, and your social proof of these Instagram posts turning into a resume is going to give you the leverage that you need to have all the swag in your arsenal to be a gentleman that is of value, that can command value, that is dating. That's what we need. We need you to be at least able to start there.
Hell yeah, for sure, for sure. And it's like, how do guys, I know there's guys out there like, how do I build my following? As a man, it is hard to get an actual following on Instagram. Like, I've been there, had fucking 200 followers. I'm still there. I have 900 followers on Instagram. It's not a lot of followers. So it's like, how do you get from a point to where if you're a guy out there with 100 or 200 followers and you want to build your following count because girls care about this, you have two ways to do this. Either you get a fake following, and if you do get a fake following, I don't blame you. I get it. But if you do get a fake following, make sure your fucking lifestyle and your profile pictures, they actually match up. Like, you want it to be somewhat congruent, because if you have a lot of following and the pictures, they just don't add up, like they're low value, low quality pictures, and it just shows that no one cares about you, they're going to still see the high following count and see your profile, and they're going to be like, it's just something's off. Like, it's still not attractive. So it's like, if you do get the fake following, make sure to still show your lifestyle, have high value pictures, high value content. Now, if you're like, fuck it, I don't want to do the fake following, like that's not me, that's not who I am, that's not real, then you are going to have to add value. There's no way around that. You have to create content. There's something that you have to do to get a following. So you're not a girl. Just by you posting fresh ass pictures, I don't give a fuck how much drip you have on in that picture, that's not going to get you a following. Not as a man. That's how women get followers. They post bikini pictures, they post sexy pictures, they post their ass out, all that, which is what they want to do. And guys, thirsty ass simps follow them. That's how they get a following. If you want to get a high following count as a man, or grow your following, it's either you're going to fucking buy the following, or you're just going to have to add value. Whatever, find a way to add value. Find a fucking niche or whatever you're good at and start putting out content. You're going to have to put out content to get a following, because the following count, it's the following, and then it's just the showing the lifestyle. They're just as equal as important. So you have to do that to grow the following, and then that's how you're going to get a higher return on your investment when you're just sending out DMs and DMs. Because if you have a low following count and you have one or two pictures, they're not showing high status, but you're just DMing girls because you have this sense of self-worth, that your self-worth means so much to you, and you're this person. But you believe that inside, but you have to show that to the fucking world. Because if you have 2 pictures on Instagram and you have 200 followers and you're DMing 100 girls every week and no one's fucking responding to you, that should tell you they've definitely checked your profile when you DM them, and they just said he's not cool enough. His resume is just not checking out. So you have to do those. Those are the things that are going to help you get to a fucking better point to where you're actually getting a return on your investment. Because what I notice is, like, yeah, you can fucking cold approach girls, but that's so time consuming. Like, to make a lot of money and cold approach at the same time, it's just too time consuming. Like, it's way too time consuming. Like, you're either one has to sacrifice, and Myron says that too. Either you're going to make a lot of money and not cold approach as much, or you're going to cold approach a lot and not make a lot of money. Because there's no way you can be a high earner just walking around here cold approaching all day. That's not. And if you could, I would say that's far and few between. If you're a guy who can fucking work 10, 12 hours a day and then cold approach all night on the weekends, then great. You're a different breed. But most fucking people who make a lot of money, they're so focused on their work to where it's like, it's hard. You don't have enough energy to even fucking go walk around and talk to bitches all day. So it's like, the way to get around that is by having a dope ass profile and just messaging girls, fucking just putting that fish net out there and catching as much fish as you possibly can. And the way that you do that is just by having a dope ass profile.
100%, bruv. Because, like, you got to understand a couple things here, and we're really going to put you on sauce on game. It's called sexual market value, SMV, right? The marketplace, the free market capitalist place, determines the value of you. The marketplace determines your value. If it is that there is a pandemic of sorts and you want to be a millionaire and you just so happen to sell toilet paper, guess what? The market decides, hey, these guys are the millionaires now because toilet paper is so valuable that we want that so much that we're willing to put millions of dollars into this. So the marketplace is always determining your value. When you are dating women and you're displaying value from your Instagram, you have to command such a value that, remember, the woman is not the boss, and you're not using the resume to get hired by her. You're commanding so much value that from your Instagram, she wants to submit to you, and therefore likes receiving your attention and feels the scarcity of receiving your attention. And a couple ways to have that dynamic is all in the numbers is one like obvious approach, right? So if your following account, if your following has a high number or your engagement has a high number but hers has a lower number, automatically this is like a digital class almost. It's like a digital class system. You know what I mean? It's like there's class systems in different countries if you've ever been to different countries, right? Or even in America, we have like a quiet class system. Like there's the upper rich ruling class elites, and there's a guy who is a TikToker. His name is School of Hard Knocks, and he'll go and he can use the class system all day and just find rich people to interview for his TikToks, and he keeps finding these people. And then people of lesser class are all over the place, and then you can kind of tell who you will and will not talk to, or who you want to be around, or different people you vibe to your tribe or group, flock to your tribe or whatever. You'll find that in doing this also happens in the digital world, and there's a digital economy and digital class system already. It's already here. It's in full effect. You know, one day it might be like a Black Mirror movie or a Black Mirror TV show. It might be like a crazy episode of that, but it's not fake. It's really, really real now. And in this deficit, most men are operating at a deficit. Most men didn't go viral. Most men don't have an account that's congruent with who they are. And the congruency matters a lot. I like that you brought that up, Tez. You need to be able to display who you really are, and you really actually need to be dope too. You can't go be like a dude working at the gas station and then one day put on a suit and then go display this luxurious lifestyle, start hitting up girls, start getting a few messages back, and then when the girl pulls up to talk to you, you're at the mobile gas station that you work at, and you're living at home with your parents, and then you don't even have a cool car, you have a skateboard. You know what I mean? You can't trick the girl. You can't catfish your lifestyle. Because if you catfish your lifestyle, right? You want the girl's got to conceal her beauty by wearing makeup, and you can't do the same thing. You can't like fake your life accomplishments with photography. You have to actually have photography of you doing really cool things. So like, let's say you're a bodybuilder, you know what I'm saying, or like a surfer. Maybe a cool couple shots of you surfing. Maybe you're gonna talk to some beach chicks, you know, and you're like that one guy who conquered that one hobby. Or maybe you're a bodybuilder and you have a couple things going on in the world of fitness. Okay, you're gonna need a couple shots of that happening in real time. Let's say, you know, you're a lawyer. You get some candid action shots of you saying something commanding in the room, and then when you're marketing yourself, which is what dating is, it's an all-out campaign towards what you want. Me and Tez do volume. We do numbers like you ain't never seen, bruh. That's how I know when we talk about cold approach, you don't do the numbers that we do. And if you did the numbers that we do, you know how much of a success rate that you have and how many closings you can have depending on how much volume that you're going for. You know what I mean? So you're doing the same thing with the digital space of Instagram too, because first of all, there's a couple things going on for men's sexuality. One girl's never going to be enough. We need variety. Okay, so you need to cast a wide net. Two, you're not going to get anywhere by just talking to one or two chicks at all. I am sorry to say it. No, I'm not. Most girls are fucking lame. And the worst part about most women that you're dealing with, no matter how good their modeling careers, no matter how many Instagrams they have, most women on Instagram actually rely on their beauty the same way that you rely on your two legs to walk. They actually rely on their beauty to do everything for them. So they actually spend so much time getting pretty and taking photos that if we were to sit them down on a podcast like this, they can't hold conversations. They don't know amendments. They don't know countries. They can't have interesting conversations, and that's fine. I don't want to hear her talk anyway. But in terms of communicating with her, in terms of setting up a date, setting up an interest, saying like, yo, listen, I like you, do you like me, let's see if we can bond together and have like some sort of real relationship going here, it's far and few between that you're going to get that in your first few attempts. The dating is a lifestyle, And when you find what you're looking for, then the journey begins, and 5-Star still has content for you specifically in relationships already. This digital dating economy is everything. And when I'm telling you that you guys need to step up when it comes to posting your posts, yes, you need to do that. And then when Tez was just talking about, yes, it is very hard to get a following. Let's talk about some of the other things that he was demonstrating, right? You're going to have to add value. That might mean that you should probably consider turning your Instagram into a business. Remember how I was bringing up the multiple girls thing yesterday, and I said you can have multiple girls, then you can start a business through the Chef app, blah, blah, blah. But for you, the guy, there's two things I want to say here. One, you should probably turn your Instagram into a business, scale it, pay for ads, and then let your follower go up, because that's another option we didn't talk about. In fact, let me go ahead and talk about that real quick, right? You want to add, the other thing I was going to say is that when you do take a girl seriously, you're going to want her Instagram password. You're going to want to take over her Instagram too. We don't tolerate this bullshit where she can receive all that attention from other dudes when you're in the relationship. That might be a whole other episode that we have to go into. You know what I mean? Because when you're a guy and you take the girl in and she has a relationship, imagine you taking a girl in, but you're taking 50 other dudes into your house too. And all of it's being exposed because your girl's putting her fucking stories of your place to out all these in front of all these dudes, and all these dudes are hitting on her while she's in your house. She can't take you seriously, so you have to take over Instagram. That's a whole other thing. Ladies, we're coming for you. No attention, no Instagram. That's what it's like to be dating now. Anyway, back to you, the guy, right? Let's say you're a carpenter. It might be like very fitting for you to start creating some really cool pieces, get a professional photographer, have them catch you in the act of doing it, take some candid shots, make your Instagram look really cool, go to some cigar bar lounges, get in the mix with other carpenters, show off your carpenter lifestyle, maybe do some really cool shit to elevate your game. But also, I would definitely consider paying for advertisements to get other people to buy from the link in your bio, to keep the economy flowing, for you to have more followers, for you to command more value, for the girl to see that you have similarly the exact same thing that she's looking for, which in the most shallow sense would be that she's looking for a celebrity. That's like the benchmark, right? Someone who's famous, high status, high earning, everybody knows them, everybody wants to be with them, and they do get messages from celebrities regularly already, and you're competing with celebrities, just so you know. Like, it might be the guy on TV and you messaging the exact same fucking girl. Bro, I picked up a flyer today, and I told Tez this shit. I picked up a flyer today, and it was talking about promo models and shit. So I looked up the account, and I was scrolling through their followers. Every one of those hot-ass girls knows somebody that I know. They all have a mutual follow. There's no disconnect with my small-ass account, bruv. The bigger the following, the bigger the problems, right? More money, more problems. It would best suit you to turn your Instagram into a business. And you should probably be strategic, like I was saying earlier with the Dan Bazillion example. What if instead of a carpenter, you were selling hair salon products or something, right? Now women are your customers. Women are in your funnel. And you can ask a couple of them, hey, do you know anyone who's into dating? I'm doing XYZ. You know?
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. And yeah, and giving away your attention. And that's for sure. That's how you funnel the girls and get them, really. It's by fucking doing that. And yeah, I want to touch on the attention part too, because like if you're a guy who's giving out your attention, you got to understand that the way that they look at it is completely different from the way that we look at attention. So guys are texting girls all day and talking to girls all day, but it's like if she's just responding to your Instagram messages, right? But you've never linked up with her, you've never like got on a date, you haven't fucked her or anything. You have to realize in her eyes, she's feeling good about this. You're thinking, I'm not gonna text her all day if I don't like her. She's not viewing it the same way as you. She's viewing it like, this is making me feel good. I'm good. I feel secure today. I just got attention from him. She's gonna use up all that shit, she's gonna use up all your attention all day, and you're thinking in your head, she's texting me back. She's texting me back, so she's replying. So it's a fucking W. It's like, no, that's not fucking it at all, because in her eyes she's winning off the attention. So you're not actually getting anything from a girl. You're not getting anything out of this situation unless you're getting compliance from a girl. And that's once you start, once your Instagram actually gets good and girls start messaging you back, like you actually want to fucking get compliance as quick as fuck. You want to get compliance quick as fuck with the girl, like within the first like day. Like you want to get her fucking say we're going on a date at this time, or fucking let's hang out this time, or call her this time. The quicker you get compliance, that's when you know she's not bullshitting or not. Because, bro, I've talked to girls to where it's like they'll message you back in a minute. I'm like, oh, high interest girl. And she's texting back quick as fuck a minute. As soon as, but it's like when it's time to link up, boom, nothing. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they'll use up your attention all day, every day. So it's like that's what it comes down to. And then it's like when you do have a dope ass Instagram, shoot your shot as much as fucking possible. Just shoot you, like DM bro. You could DM 1,000 girls in fucking 15 minutes, bro. Like if you're in fucking Shreveport, Louisiana, go to your fucking look up Shreveport, Louisiana on fucking your filter on
shout
your
out
account
to 50.
search.
Let's go.
And your filter, and fucking it'll show you all the girls, all the hoes that I've posted pictures, and just start just sending them and go crazy. And if you're a guy who's like, no, I'm not DMing girls, I'm gonna cold approach, and I'm fucking fuck that, I'm too cool for that. That's not real to me. I grew up in a different era. That's weird. That's weirdo shit. That's not my time. You're living like you're just not gonna get any pussy, and you know you want pussy because you're beating your dick every night. So it's like it's either you're gonna adapt and get what the fuck you want, or you're just gonna stay where you are and just keep beating your dick and thinking you're too cool or too big for the world to actually change. When it's like the world doesn't work like that. Like you're gonna have to change for the world to some extent to get what you actually want.
No, high interest is everything too, because you can have everything correct. You can have the perfect Instagram. You could have the perfect outfit, luxury shoes, nice suit. You could be like all the way on point, but nothing beats actual interest. You have to do all this so you're at the absolute benchmark. The lowest is you being the best of the best. The lowest benchmark for you as a dude is having your money on point, your muscles on point, your time on point, your hygiene has to be on point, your Instagram needs to be on point. Everything, again, has to be congruent all the way through. You have to be congruent with who you are all the way through, to your core. You have to be what you say that you are. And then, once you're all of these things, you have to understand the competition's at all-time motherfucking high. There's never been a highest point of competition in all of the world ever. All of the highest, all of the dopest men in the world that have this strategy, that understand this strategy, that implemented this strategy, are using this strategy, and you're in competition with them. And all of those girls receive that attention regularly. I have literally talked to girls that don't do shit with their life, and men see them, bring them on yachts, bring them on boats, give them a special place in their business that you've never got as an opportunity, give them money at a much earlier place in their life. Like, I just saw this TikTok, and for the first Spider-Man movie that was made, right, one with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. And years later, there's this clip of Kirsten Dunst complaining, yeah, at that time, things were very hard for me as an actress because I wasn't getting paid as much as Tobey Maguire, the guy playing Spider-Man in a movie called Spider-Man. Right? And Spider-Man's kind of a bitch anyway, but in general, she's trying to complain about like this like wage gap bullshit. But these kind of things are just another delusion that women live in. But this complaint and the way that women see the world is so much different than the way that men see the world. Bruh, it would never be, you'll never truly understand the delusion that women are living in, but like the delusion that she thinks that she should have gotten paid as much as the main character in a movie. And in fact, if you break down the numbers, she was in the movie for less time than he was and still got paid a high number. So she actually probably got paid more by minute than he did, which is a whole other thing to talk about in and of itself. On that same note, you're competing with every single fucking player out there. You're competing with every single guy. And in this competition, once you acknowledge the competition, once you realize that you're in the competition, and once you join the competitive marketplace, you can definitely do some damage. You got to get out there. You got to get buff. You got to be really good at talking to girls. You got to be really about your charisma. You got to be really someone that can convey elegance. And you got to, once you've got the girl, you have to do little things that Tez was saying. For example, you should have dates planned out. That's a whole other episode that we could talk about. But like, you should also be around women pretty often. Now let's talk about that, right? Remember when he said that you should maybe be out at a dinner, maybe catch like a girl's hand ever so slightly in that story that you took at some location that's elegant, because girls like that. That is what they like. What they like, you do, you adapt. That's what they want. That's what you give them. Feel me? So now, because you're around other women, this makes the other one. Yo, I could do jealousy stories all day. I mean, literally last night when we went out, I had talked to 3 chicks, and then I was talking to this one chick. And this one chick was kind of hot, kind of cold, kind of hot, kind of cold with me. But then these 3 chicks that I was talking to at a whole other place came in. And then this girl sees me talking to the 3 other girls. And then when she sees that, I'm like completely ignoring her now. And I was just giving her my attention. And then like I told her to come into this group. And she liked that because now her jealousy was being like relieved. And when I tell you jealousy is something that you can use to put yourself in a really good situation with women, trust me, that is another way in which you could do that. Now, I know that it's not probably the most politically correct thing to say or whatever, but women operate in a whole different world. Women want attention, but they really also want to be jealous of attention, and they want to be starved of attention. Your ability to command attention and use it at your whim is everything in this dating space. Instagram is where it starts, and a couple of these strategies that you got to start off with is I think you definitely want to have suit photos. You know what I mean? You want to have suit photos. You want to look tough. You want to look tall. You want to look luxurious. You want to look elegant. You want to look scarce. You want a high-class luxury dating profile. Or you're a content creator. You know, they both can yield a lot of reward. I think if you're going to go down the content creation route, you need banging ass content, and then you probably want to date girls that are going to help you create that content. And then if you're going for the more common one, you've got to be on that elegant luxury life. Everybody wants the finer things when they're dating.
Definitely. And when you have all that, you have to be like, one thing I want to touch on, you have to be congruent, like you said earlier. You got to be congruent. If you have this dope ass profile and you're a fucking loser in real life, she's still not gonna fuck you. Like, so it's like being congruent is very important. Like, that's how guys get hit with these grape charges. Like, if you know what I mean, take the G off like these charges, because a lot of guys just aren't congruent. The woman feels like she got fucking robbed, that she got tricked. And the reason why they take so much fucking, there's so much emphasis on that with girls is because if you did that shit 100, 200 years ago, their survival was depending on picking the right guy. So if you tricked her to where she was thinking, oh, he's this cool, dope-ass guy living this high lifestyle, and then she meets you in real life and you're a fucking loser, a lame in real life, you just tricked her and she fucked you, and then now she's like, oh, this guy's an actual fucking loser. That's how, oh, no, I'm going to take the consent back. He raped me. He raped me. I'm tricked. He raped me. So why the fuck would a woman get so mad about that? It's because 200 years ago, if she fucked the wrong guy, had kids with the wrong guy, decided to have the wrong guy protect her, who he came off as a guy who could protect, but really come to find out he was a little bitch, she was probably going to die and get conquered by someone else, or get raped by a guy who she didn't want to get raped by. So that's why they take so much emphasis, and why it means so much to them is when they feel tricked, they fucking hold that shit against you, and they'll go to the extent of taking the consent back and saying that you raped them. And there's other factors that go into that, but that's one of them. So it's like, you want to be congruent. You want to fucking have that dope ass lifestyle and also be dope in real life. Man, how do you be dope in real life? Or just, you don't even got, like, just fucking be a person who's interesting in real life and just go get real experience. Fucking actually still talk to girls in real life to get more charismatic, to get better with interacting with women. So when you do get those dates from messaging the girls online, you fucking know how to operate. Because it's like, if you have this dope ass profile and like you don't really go on dates, you don't really know how to talk to women, when you get on the date, you're not gonna know what the fuck to do. So yeah, 90% of the time, fucking send out those DMs. But when you are outside, you see a cute girl, just say something so you can become just more comfortable around them. So that's what's gonna help you get more congruent, so you can actually have a good closing rate for when you do talk to girls, and that'll put you in a better position.
100%. You know what I think it is? A huge part of it is that they, between the sexes, men are obviously the smarter gender, right? 100%. Like, dudes are by far smarter than women. And if you ever grew up around women, which is like weird if you didn't, right? If you grew up around women, you know it's pretty easy to trick them. It's pretty easy to, like, as a guy, kind of have like a couple, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 steps ahead of them when you're around them, right? So when you're a younger guy and you figure out, like, yeah, I'm definitely smarter than these girls, or I have more capability or more fortitude or more strength than these girls, you can use deception. And the women hate being deceived. They hate when you say that you're a doctor and then come to find out you're just Fred, the local mechanic that completely lied to look like you're a doctor. So she would be attracted to you because of the lifestyle that you could provide as a doctor, and then she feels tricked because you were tricking her. Like, I would say that here at 5 Star, personally, if I could just extend this message to you guys watching, I do not want you using deception or any deceptive tactics on women, even though women would rather be lied to. I know it's kind of like a paradox. It's sort of a conundrum. And I know most women don't like the realities of life. You can't really talk about the real world with them. You can't really get into reality. I mean, we're talking about fucking Instagram this entire time, and all these girls want to be sold the dream through Instagram more than they want to appreciate real life. They want the fantasy of Instagram more than reality. I still don't think you should be deceptive in the long term with your game. In all honesty, even where I'm at my level, I leave the condoms out. I let the girls see what I'm all about. I let the girls see other girls on Instagram. The girls always know I'm around other girls. I tell girls to their face all the time. I date many girls at the same time because I am a normal guy living like a normal guy, responding to my biology the way that it was normally placed inside me. And I think there's an authenticity to that I see that allows me to command the respect and the value of authenticity, which is congruent to who I am as a person. Now, you got to figure out who you are as a person. And I think that on a balance of probabilities, there are situations where you can completely sell girls a dream. But those girls that you're selling a dream hopefully are just like hookups that you don't really see anything serious with. But if you do see someone that you're serious about, you should be able to be within your frame. And if you're within your frame and you are congruent and you're being the man that you say that you are, and you're accountable to who you say that you are, and you're accountable to other men, and you're revered by other women, and there's a woman out there that is going to love you, respect you, and admire you, you should be able to be truthful, just out, and say exactly who the fuck you are, and she'll still be attracted to you.
1000%. And yeah, bro, you can lie to a bitch. Do what you do to get laid. Like, I'm not like, do what you do. What I'm getting at here with this is be congruent enough to where when you actually get her on the date with Instagram, you can actually fuck her. Like, if you're just a plain out loser by the time you get on the date with her, it's like you're still not gonna get sex. So have somewhat to where it's like somewhat real. Like, if you lie to a bitch, like, even be working towards that. Like, if you say you have, which you should never say how much money you have in the bank or anything, but if you say you have $1 million, maybe really have 100K, but you're working towards $1 million. Like, it's actually gonna somewhat be true. So you have to have some type of fucking, some type of social calibration and know, be socially apt to know that, like, what not to lie about and what to lie about. But if you're just blatantly saying that you're a lawyer and you work at the fucking gas station or grocery store, and fucking you live at fucking with your mom or some shit, like, you live with your mom, then you're just gonna look like a fucking dumbass, and it's just fucking bad karma. To me, that's like bad karma when it comes to, because she's just gonna, that's how bitches start saying that you raped them, like real shit. So it's like, be somewhat congruent. Like, if you say you live at a penthouse, but you're really on like the 20th floor, like, that's like good enough. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, don't be all out just fucking doing dumb shit. Like, do enough to just get sex. Do enough to get sex.
Yeah.
Do enough to get sex. Just don't, by the time you have this cool ass profile, by the time you get on the date, you're cool enough, or whatever cool means, but you know how to behave enough around women that's gonna actually get you laid. So it's like, it's easy to just go take pictures and look cool, but it's like, if you get around her in person and you just don't even know how to communicate with her, you're still not gonna get she's not gonna fuck you. So you're just gonna look like a loser, and all that work you put into your Instagram so you could get sex, it doesn't mean anything because you don't know how to fucking talk to a girl. It's like a guy who gets the nice car, has all the money, and he thinks bitches are just gonna fuck him just based off that. It's like, no, you still have to talk to the bitch. Yeah, some bitches are just gonna fuck you based off that, but a lot of girls are. You still gotta show a little bit of charisma and things like that. So it's like having a cool profile. That's just part of it. The other part of it is actually being a cool person in real life, or just being a little charismatic in real life, so you can actually close on the date. So it's more than just. There's so many different factors. There's a few factors. It's never just one thing. And then another thing is when you do have the profile, show a little bit of everything. Like, yeah, have the suit, have the fucking dope ass clothes on that fucking when you're just rocking with their friends. Like, don't be so consistent. Like, be a little bit of just everything. Like, okay, he has a suit on, he's playing a sport, he's with the bros. Like, don't just post the same fucking picture every time. Like, you be in different locations, because with guys, it's like a routine. Like, motherfuckers want to do the same. Like, if a girl hangs out with you every day and you go to work, eat the same food every day, she's gonna be like, this is boring. But that's what you have to do to be successful. You got to do the same shit over and over and over again until this shit actually works. So fucking on your Instagram, switch it up a little bit. Be a little bit mysterious. Like, oh shit, he's wearing a suit, but he also is just like at a gun range just shooting and fucking playing fucking paintballs, and he's like looks crazy. Like, he looks like he might kill someone. Like, this motherfucker was just in a suit, but like in this picture, he's like looks like he's ready to kill somebody. He has fucking the strap.
Stay strapped up, boy.
Yeah.
Watch out.
And then in this picture, he's with his family. So switch it up a little bit. Be a little bit mysterious, and you're gonna fucking win.
Let's give them a real world scenario right now. If you guys are paying attention, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this video with 5 friends. 5-star. Let's go. Tez, they're in the game. They took some photos off rip. Now that they paid attention, they're listening, they're watching. How do they secure their first date on Instagram? Where do you start? Square one.
I mean, that's gonna be different. Like, you're dealing with, it's like fucking, like they say, it's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. So it's like there's no one thing you might say to a girl that might work. The next girl, it's not gonna work. So there's like nothing's 100%. There's like 1,000 different ways to skin a cat. So you could just simply say hey to a girl. Like, I'm not here to tell guys to say the perfect words or anything like that, because that shit just doesn't exist. What might work on one girl won't work on the next girl. So just fucking DM her, send a message, whatever you want to send her, make a joke, nag at her a little bit, make fun of her. You can do different shit. It's gonna work on different girls, or just send the same girl or send the same message to 100,000 different girls. It's gonna hit with one of them. So you secure your date by just fucking first putting yourself out there, giving yourself a chance by sending the message, and then at that point, get compliance. Hop on a call with her, hop on a call, FaceTime, fucking ask her to meet you somewhere, and then yeah, that's really it. So you message her, she messages back, get compliance, and that's what you do. Like, I'm not gonna tell a guy like the perfect shit to say, because that's like that's just not me. So fucking yeah, just start a conversation. Say, hey, what's up? Whatever you want to say. You want to make fun of a picture that she had or something, or do a little light joke. A lot of girls are sensitive nowadays, but it's like, or they've always been sensitive, but some girls can't take jokes. But yeah, you can make a joke at her. Some girls respond good to that, because then that shows you you're indifferent. Like, because all guys are just, you're cute, you're beautiful, you're this and that. They hear it all the time. If your profile's cool enough, yeah, she's still gonna go off of that. But you can make a joke, make fun of her if she's fucking wearing a red dress. She probably looks bad as fuck. You say, I don't know, the dress is just okay, it's all right. Like, you probably could have did something a little better here. Like, I don't know, maybe if it was blue. Like, just make a joke at her to get her. The whole point is say anything to fucking just get her to reply. Like, I've said, like, oh, you're almost as cute as me or some shit. Like, and Myron said that shit. I got that shit from Myron. But I said that shit just to say some shit just to get her to reply. Like, and then she starts to chase your validation. So then it's like, I don't give a fuck what you say. You can say the craziest shit. As long as she replies and you just got to get the conversation going, you're in a good position.
You're in a damn good position. Now, you're probably wondering, yo, DJ Matchmaker, why are you dressed in this vest, bruv? I'll tell you why. Because love is a motherfucking battlefield, boy. Look at Tez giving you all these strategies and solutions to get what you need out of the dating game. You need photos. You need to be on point. You need to be congruent. You need to be a lot just to get a little. That's a wholeflation joke.
Yeah, real shit. You gotta be a lot just to get some pussy. Just get a little bit.
Woo, bro! It's scarcity. It's scarcity in that sector, right? Girls closed off their badges, bro.
Does pussy mean that much, bro? Like, is it like niggas gotta just to fuck a bitch, bro?
Bruh, it's just
I mean,
we got to work 10 times harder for 10 times less.
I mean, if you want kids, I mean, the big thing is with kids, like, this is all just for sex. Like, part of it's sex, of course. We just want to fuck, but it's like,
yeah.
The only thing that makes all this worth it is by finding the right one to have, or the right 2 or 3, however many you want, just to find kids with and be able to raise your seeds to the people you want them to be, or just give them the best life possible. That's the only thing because if that didn't exist, you didn't have the possibility of kids, then this shit is just not. I'm doing all this just to like it's like just to fuck, like, it's sex. Like Andrew Tate said, is sex really that fucking good? Like, like cool, like great, but it's like,
yes.
Yeah.
The candidate that you're selecting for, a woman must be able to multiply back the value that you give to her. You give her seed, she gives you children. You give her money, she pays bills, or whatever the fuck you ever trained in doing. You know, you need to be able to command that value. In fact, you know, what Tess is talking about here falls into the category of love. You need to be able to select for someone that you can have love with. You have love for her, she'll be in love with you. In fact, in one of the books that I wrote, the whole theme of the book was health, wealth, love, and happiness. And I'm going to be re-releasing that book under the 5-star brand for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But once you determine what love is and what love means to you, for a normal dude who wants to have kids, you need this woman to be on point and remarkable towards you, and she needs to be able to add value to your name. If you meet a woman and she turns into a black hole for any reason, she's useless to you. For example, let me give you a really good example. Girls spend hella retarded, stupid money on their nails. This is stupid. This is bullshit. If the girl is going to you to get money from you to pay for her nails, she can go fuck herself. You tell her, fuck you, go away, I never want to talk to you again. Because nails are cheap. You could just go to like Walgreens, or you get some makeup or whatever on one of their websites the girl's like, and she could do her own fucking nails, dude. Nails are not something that you should be spending $60 on, $70 on, $100 on. Fuck her feelings. Her feelings don't fucking matter. Doesn't matter how cute she feels going to a spa. Fuck that shit. It's your girl. She's your girl. She does what you say. She listens to you. She does her nails at her house the way that you tell her to do it. All that extra shit, you don't need that. If somebody really, really needs to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on their nails, that's going to be a deficit to you at some point. And if they're that bad at spending money and stupid with money, when you could, bro, the same money that I'm talking about, talk about putting into an ETF. Talk about putting that into finance. Talk about putting that into crypto. Talk about putting that into fucking real estate. Her nails don't matter. She is not that important and never will be, and women deserve less. Shout out to my dog, you know what I'm saying? Always give her less, bro. If the nails are supposed to be costing her hundreds of dollars, get her some nail polish for $7. That way, she has like commanded value. You've commanded value on her. You kind of show her how things are supposed to be. And then, you see, this kind of discipline that you have, it kind of goes back to that example that I was talking about in the last episode where I went to the guy's house. His dogs didn't respect him. His wife didn't respect him. His wife didn't even respect his kids that he had with a whole other girl. He couldn't command any value. If you have the discipline of building out a social media profile, you know what? I'm kind of glad that it's hard. Instagram is by far, it's a rigged game. It's 100% a rigged game. Meta, that company, AI, Mark Zuckerberg, you motherfucker, you know damn well. First of all, you need to unban. You need to unban some of my Instagram accounts, okay, bro? 1. 2, you definitely know that it's rigged in women's favor. There's no way that the whole entire world wants all these thotties to be at the top of the hierarchy in the dating game, but that is where the dating game is. And because Instagram is hard, and because women in the current dating market is hard, no one ever said it was going to be easy. So you, as a guy, you probably want to earn a woman's affection anyway, right? You don't want to pay for it. You don't want to overflaunt your value. You don't want her just liking you for one category of some surface level shallow thing. You want someone that you can, again, share love with. It has to be somebody that you know how to select for and vet for. And if you fuck with 5-star, we're going to teach you how to get yourself a top-notch lady every time. And we'll probably have you vet your lady on this show with us. Stay in the comments, man. We're doing everything we can to make you a 5-star gentleman.
Hell yeah, let's get it. And hey, it's hard, but it's worth it. We're going to fucking, regardless, we push through, we get through it no matter how hard it gets. We just keep fucking fighting. We don't give up. We keep going until we get what the fuck we want. That's what it comes down to. That is what a genuinely masculine, strong man does. We keep going no matter how hard it gets, no matter how dark that tunnel gets. You can't even see the light. We still see it because we keep walking by faith because we're fucking strong. So we just keep going. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. Whoever out there, just keep fucking going. No matter how hard it gets, keep going until you fucking win. No matter how many no's you get. You got 100, 1,000 no's. That yes is coming. Just keep fucking going and we are gonna win as long as we do not give up. We have to just keep going. I want you to tell yourself, whoever's out there struggling right now, just keep repeating in your head, keep going, keep going. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Keep fucking going, and we're here with you. We're gonna walk with you every step of the way. Keep bringing you live shows, and we're all gonna fucking win and meet each other at the fucking top. Let's get it.
Bro, big facts, man. And in real life, this is all truth, bro. I literally do be seeing Tez in the gym playing basketball. If he's got to stay longer, he keeps going. I see the dude in the gym boxing. If he's got to go longer, he keeps going. Things that are worth a damn, being good at sports, being good at your physical fitness, being good with women, being good on the internet, which is an actual, factual, tangible thing that you need to be working on. If you keep grinding, these results are going to be worth it in the end. Just like, you know what? I'll even say this. I have gone to college, got my bachelor's degree, did all this, got 50 certificates, all that's cool. But the real truth is that if you had to choose between spending like 4 years in college learning absolutely nothing, because I watched these YouTube videos of you dumb shits talking about what you learned in college and it's nothing. Like you didn't learn nothing with your psychology degree, I'm sorry, but you got scammed. You probably would be way better off to come to me at the end of 4 years, come to me on 5 stars at the end of putting, all this effort into your Instagram account and dating women and talking to women and getting attractive to women and becoming an amazing gentlemanly experience to women. You do that shit for 4 years, you're going to yield marvelous results. Whereas, unfortunately, college is just going to put you in debt. And if you don't pick the right woman, she's going to put you in debt. And if you want to learn how to avoid that shit, we are going to keep you strapped up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the strap. We're going to get the strap and make sure that you keep it all high key, boy. We're going to make sure that you are okay out here with these ladies. Yeah, my biggest fear for men is that when you're talking to girls, I want you to vet for the black holes. I don't want you giving in to these women that are worthless. You need to be able to look a worthless girl in the face, no matter how hot or attractive or whatever she is, and just be like, you're worthless. I'm going to go hold my faith, like Tez was just saying, and find a girl by which all that I do may be multiplied. My time given to her is multiplied back. My seed given to her is multiplied back. The home I give to her is multiplied back. She must be in alignment with your ability to command wealth. And because you can do that, man, wealth comes from men and women coming together and creating families. I was in this business for a long time. I was selling wedding supplies, right? When you're in that, you see firsthand where wealth truly comes from. It comes from couples. It comes from families. It comes from, dude, I literally just put this thing on my Instagram, at Life of Chris live stream, where this guy lived to be 102 years old. He had like 116 grandchildren that he currently had at that time because he had like 9 boys and 7 girls. One man had that many kids, and that many kids led to that many grandkids. And we're living in a time where all of you girls are masturbating with the dildo to the point where your vagina is desensitized, and all you dudes are jerking off until your eyeballs are bleeding blood, because right now we have propaganda, pornography, social norms that are not normal, pushing people away from each other. But you got to be able to hack the system. You got to understand that Instagram can be used to destroy you, but Instagram can also be used to make you a winner. So you got to find that nice middle point and become the ultimate five-star gentleman.
1,000%. We're out here. We brought it to you live again Sunday. Next show we're bringing to you on Wednesday. We are fucking out here adding value. Make sure you like, comment, share it with a friend if you got value, and stay fucking tuned. We're going to keep bringing it to you.
Yo, yes, Scarcity, man. Are we bringing this episode to a close, my guy? Because
yes,
I think that these people got a lot of value out of it. I think I think that you guys understand what we're trying to do for you motherfuckers when it comes to Instagram. We're really trying to put you on game with the ladies. We're trying to let you know what's really happening out here.
Yeah, and follow us on all platforms. 5-star live stream. Follow me on Instagram, High Demand Tez. Let's get it. We're out here.
And I'll also say this is kind of an exclusive thing. If you guys want to have like a full evaluation of how well your Instagram is going to be performing, you should message Tez at highdemand_Tez. He'll give you a full-blown evaluation to let you know. And we'll probably do some evaluations of your Instagram on the show, but if you want to get prepped up with Tez behind the scenes.
Fuck all that. These bitches are going to tell you what exactly. DM 100 bitches, and if none of them reply, that tells you what you need to do. If one replies, that tells you what you need to do. They will evaluate exactly for you and let you know. So if you're not getting any responses from these hoes, they will let you. That tells you right there. There's something you need to change. So first, I want you to DM 100 to 300 girls. First, do that, and then see how many actually respond to you. If none of them respond, you got to switch this shit up. There's something you got to do. So your metric of success is going to be the women. So if they're not responding to you at all, you need to change. If you're getting at least 10% of girls are responding to you, so if you message 100 girls and 10 of them respond and you're getting a good response, you're in a good position. If it's less than 10%, if it's under 5 for sure, if you message 100 girls and 5 respond, it's terrible. You need to improve. So that's your metric of success. Just DM the girls, see who responds, how many DMs you send out versus who responded, and then that's going to tell you where you're at. If you're 10% or over, you're good money. If you're 5 to 10, you're decent. There's a little bit of improvement, but you'll still be good. If you're under 5%, that's when you're like, okay, I gotta improve. If you're at 1 to 2%, 4%, gotta get better. So let the girls be your metric of success, because that's where you're gonna know on what to do and what not to do. So hell yeah.
Yeah, and also I could give you guys this quick little tip, quick little side note. I'm in a bunch of groups right now that are preparing other shows, right, that we're going to be doing on 5-star, and because I'm all in all these other groups, I know that sometimes that you will see a chick and you can't directly message her because of like their Instagram policy is restriction. Maybe you're not following her, maybe she's not following you. Doesn't matter. Find those highlight bubbles. Respond to those stories. Responding to stories is a pretty good segue in to determining whether or not that the girls get to fuck with you on any level. You know what I mean? So that's your last little note, man. I hope that you guys had a fun time here on 5-star. We're working on some cool content that we're going to be bringing to you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're bringing you the value. We're bringing you the vests. It is a war zone. Love is a battlefield. DJ Matchmaker is out here. Your dog coach Tez is out here. Lifestyle is extraordinary when you put a little bit of effort into it. Look at what these two brothers did, man. We got an entire show built out to bring lifestyle to you guys while we're conveying lifestyle and living lifestyle and out here in the actual battlefield that is the grounds of dating to make sure that you can have your place in a top-notch position with the ladies, my boy.
Let's get it. We out here. Let's go.
Yo, squad, we out here, gang. Log in to the next episode.